Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up bobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, big up yourself. Big up the whole Metric community. Smash the likes, man. You know what I always say every single day, man. Nothing don't change. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get these likes in, man. We got news on news. The boy Ben Jacobs come out, done a segment talking up himself. You know him already. He don't stop chatting. So he's out here. He said a few things. Obviously, there's obviously more news as well. Other news has come out from different places, as it always does. So yeah, my people, man, smash the likes, man, and we're gonna get straight into it, man. This little article here, this is basically the league title since Christmas Day. So we're more or less top of the league right now when it comes to Christmas Day. So we've been in good form, and I think, when did Ruben get sacked again? When did Ruben get sacked? When did Ruben get sacked? He got sacked after the Leeds game, right? So let me check that quickly because I can't remember. But it's showing us Christmas Day. So I don't know. Hold on. Leeds game was on... When was Leeds? Leeds was on 4th of January. So literally, yeah, that's the first... That's the Wolves and Leeds. So we could have been even more. We could have been even better from that, to be honest. So we're not even... It's not even that impressive because we drew 2 games after that. So since Christmas, we're basically top of the league and we could have actually been even better. Crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But we're in good form at the moment and everyone knows what's going on. We usually play good against the big teams. It's always the little teams that we struggle. And this is where the big test is going to be if Carrick is a serious manager or not. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, bro. But this is what's going on. So cool, we start off with that. That's obviously the league table. We'll move up one by one. And Ben Jacobs is what I'm going to start on. All the Ben Jacobs stuff, then I'll hit you with the next news. Don't worry, there's news all over the place. News galore. Don't watch nothing. Cool, let's get into it now. Boom. Where is it? Where's he started from? The boy Ben Jacobs. Bam, he speaks about the boy Carrick now. And this is him. He says, Michael Carrick's training sessions have been less physical than Amrin's, but more emotionally intense. Carrick wants to imprint upon these players what it actually means to play for Man United and be a serial winner. So it's like he's reminding them and telling them, bro, this is like, I don't think you lot are getting what's going on here. To play for Man United is a massive thing. This is why Gary Neville and Roy Keane and these guys are never happy, because you lot are, you've got the badge and people are just thinking it's nothing now. You come here, you get a payday and you leave. No. It's mental to play for this club here. It holds so much weight. They can probably see it themselves by how much news everything gets. Every time we draw, it's a crisis. Every time something happens, you could go one game playing bad, everyone's going to diss you. You have half of the back fan base saying, get him out of here. One game. This is how it is. This is Man United. Our best player, who would you say is our best players? Bruno's been one of our best players for years. Without him, we probably would have got relegated. Half of the fan base want him out. He's rubbish. So there's so much, you know what I'm saying? You're just up and down, bro. And everyone's been through it. There's been a time Ahmad's not had his best form, people will say. So he's telling them, bro, just stick to it. This is Man United. Appreciate the badge every day. A lot of time has been taken to build up players individually and collectively to flip that switch in their heads to be mentally tougher in games and have more chemistry. So he's trying to gas them up to be on this thing. Yeah, because look at the way we're coming back into things anyway. We're coming back into a lot of games recently. You know what I'm saying? That mentality, that more or less could have came from Ruben, to be honest. But now it's installed and he's putting it on them on a different thing. Like, bro, we're losing to Arsenal. If you look at us about 2-3 years ago, bro, that game's over. Soon as the goal goes in the back of the net, we're so used to it, especially Ruben's first year here. Soon as the ball goes in the thing, first year, like he done longer than a year, but you know what I'm trying to say, his first spell at the club, when he first came in after Ten Hag, the ball goes in the net, game's over. We're not coming back into that game. Now it's like we're fighting back, going in front, drawing, going in front again. You saw it against Bournemouth as well. You know what I'm saying? Going in front, boom, they'd go in front, then we go back in front. But it's just, we weren't getting there in the end. So big up Carrick, man. He's doing his thing in the training sessions and he's building up slowly. Then he goes on to say players know where they stand with Carrick. The mood has changed dramatically. But that's not to say that it was all doom and gloom under Amrin. However, the change has definitely created, at least in the short term, the impact that the club were looking for. And should they continue this momentum, they'll be in the picture for Champions League football next season. I remember, bro, Champions League, people are looking at it like, Champions League is an opportunity to win. No, it doesn't even mean that. It just means so much other things. The money that we get just for being in, for finishing third, fourth, third, the money that you get just finishing in them positions is crazy. So finishing in that position is crazy. Then you've got the match day. You got more games at home. Remember, Champions League, the new thing, you play 8 games just for being in the competition. So even if we got knocked out after the 8 games, which is not going to happen, but let's just say we did, they get 4 games at home. The amount of money that brings, all the tickets, all the food, the merchandise, the blah, blah, blah. It brings a lot of money to the club, especially for transfers and who you attract. You got these Adam Whartons, these Andersons. They want Champions League football. They've never played it before. You can't get it. They're looking at other options. So these are the things that we need Champions League for. It's not just to go there and try and win it. It brings so much other things. The financials. We get an extra 100 million basically, like, to spend. This is what happened with Tottenham in the final, remember? It was, oh, we'll get extra 100 million. Gyökeres would come, blah, blah, blah. We lost. And then we still had better transfers than Tottenham. But however, the change has definitely created, at least in the short term, the impact. So they've got what they want. And this is what they thought they was going to get with Amrin. Amrin, come in after Ten Hag, steady the ship. Let's get a few wins, maybe get top 4, and then next season we back you properly. It didn't happen with Amrin. We had to suffer. We'll be suffering for a decade if it's up to him. So we're just saying, yeah, my man's come in and he's stepped in where we want him to be, basically. Man United told Carrick quite clearly that they will be run the permanent managerial process while he's in situ, with the hope that he can build until whoever comes in. So they've told him straight up, yo, big man, you're not going to be here after. Yeah, like, you're just here to do a little job, and then we're going to move you on. We're going to look for our guy. Whilst you're playing the games and you're coaching, we're looking for our guy for the permanent. We only want you here for a short-term stay. Obviously, Carrick, if we carry on playing how we're playing now to the end of the season and we're wiping away teams, let's say we wipe out Fulham. If we wipe out Fulham, I think everyone in this chat's going to say keep Carrick, because that's something that you ain't seen from a manager already. He's beat 2 of the best teams in Europe, some people say. And then he's gone out there and he's beat a kind of low block. I wouldn't even say Fulham's like a fully low block, but still, they're kind of a low block. There's a team that you should be beating, but it'll be hard to beat. If he does that convincingly, I think a lot of people say, yeah, give him the job. But you know what I'm trying to say? They've basically told him nothing about the job. So it's up to him. And obviously, Ben Jacobs is basically saying that is what he's saying. Regardless of what Michael Carrick does, several candidates will be interviewed, regardless. But Carrick can force his way into the conversations with a good run of form until the end of the season. So if he does what he needs to do and we keep wiping teams away, this football that we've never seen from Man United, they're just resilient, they're scoring goals, free-flowing, counter-attacking, you're getting a bit of everything. Bangers galore, bruv. It won't even be Carrick that will have to go in there, walk and knock and say, yo, can I get the job? The fans will do it for him. Literally. If we wipe away teams, we get Champions League, the fans will go there and do it for him. Everyone will be saying he needs the job. Because that's one thing, that's one balance that we haven't been able to really have with any manager. I know we had it with Ten Hag for a little bit when we went up to the Carabao Cup and then we won it, all that section, and then we lost 7-0 the next game, and then we just went pear-shaped. But we haven't had a manager that puts away low blocks and the big teams. Like, he's tactically knowing what's going on. Even against Arsenal, we turned into a back 3 for the last 5 minutes. That's how you're meant to do it. Last 5 minutes, you need to keep the lead, back 3. Mazarari come in, boom, 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 boom. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's tactically changing things up when he needs to. These are the stuff that we need, man. So big up Carrick, we'll see. But that's the situation with him. He knows that they're still going to look at other managers for now. And I know when it's saying give Carrick the job, I know there's some people going mad, but we're not going to give him the job yet. He ain't done enough yet. He needs to do enough. So we'll see. That's that obviously about Carrick. And then he talks about the meetings took place with the club this week. Remember, there was meant to be this meeting, this special meeting, and they were going to ask Carrick, yo, Carrick, do you want any new players? Blah, blah, blah. Do you need someone that can get you through the line till basically till June. That's what they tried to ask. But bro, when you actually think about it, yeah, like I want a midfield as much as you lot probably. But when you actually think about it, I think why they're saying there's no point is we've got 16 games left or 15, whatever it is. We've got 15 games left. Even if we got injuries or whatnot, we've still got a squad that's more or less, it's enough, basically. I know things can happen, etc., but that's why I think that nothing ain't going to happen unless we get a little midfielder quickly just to come true. But this is what they're saying. Meetings took place this week to discuss January window and assess whether any late opportunities could emerge, and signings this month has not been ruled out. So something could happen late in the window. That's what Andy Mitten said as well. He said, if something happens, it'll be late in the window. And he says, this is typically the period when a transfer merry-go-round begins and value opportunities can suddenly appear. Man United will remain alert, but if no deals are complete, they will reflect the club's decision not to panic buy. So they're not trying to panic buy. They're saying, listen, if our long-term guys come along, the Believers, the Andersons, the Waltons, etc., we'll go for them. But if not, we'll assess everything properly. That's what they're basically saying. So I'm going to show you some stuff about Ederson and other midfielders, etc. We've had little NDD links. Ruben Neves, he looks like he's signing a deal with Al Hilal. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, injury prone. I don't know if he's coming. I don't know. We'll see. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Let's get these likes up, man. Support the channel, man. Don't be a hater, man. Come on, my peoples. This is some talks about Njai. He's basically saying Everton starts not for sale. They're always going to say that right now. That's just normal. Like, course, every team's going to say that about their best player unless you bring the money. I already showed you the article about Njai, and it said basically that they want 75. Basically, if you want our player right now, whilst we're not selling him, you've got to bump yourself, basically, overpay. And that is January for you. If you don't know what January's like, January is overpay season. Strand Larsen's going for 50 million. Strand Larsen, I can't tell you the last time this geezer scored a goal. 50 million. Like, this is where we're at right now. Omar Mamouche went for 70 million to City and he barely even plays. Omar Mamouche. This is what I'm saying. Like, when you buy someone in January, unless they've got like 6 months left in their contract or something, you're going to get bumped. That is just normal. It goes without saying. So Njai, he's not for sale at the moment. But then I said, look, this came out the other day. Let me make it a bit bigger for you lot. Man United need to come close to the record-breaking fee of Everton for their next marquee signing. Man United are ready to add Njai, blah, blah, blah. That's Sky Sports at the bottom. Red Devils spent over 200 million, whatever. And then they obviously said this on this article here. Look, Njai, who has 4 goals, 2 assists in 17 Premier League games, despite the uncertainty. But look at the last one. Look at the bottom. And it said Man United would need to stump up a big fee to land. The Senegal international would likely need to come close to matching the 75 million we paid Everton for Lukaku in 2017. A club record sell for the Toffees. So they're on some, that's just normal, bro. That goes without saying what they're saying about Njai, basically. He's not for sale. He's only for sale if you come and bump yourself, if you overpay, literally. So that's the situation, bro. So we'll see what happens, man. Obviously, we'll see, innit? If we go out there and I don't think we get him now. I think it's a thing for the summer anyway, Njai. In the summer, he has to be about 60-something. Semenyo's gone for 65. Mbuma went for 65 with 20 goals. So you have to be around that 60 to 65 because your goal, your GA ain't matching up. You got 4 goals, 2 assists. Like, come on, bro. We're not talking about GAs. So it is where it is, man. But we'll see what happens, my peoples. Man United are targeting 2 midfield profiles. We keep hearing this. This is Ben Jacobs now. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, Andy Mitten, Nathan Soul. They've all said the same thing. We're targeting 2 midfielders. First, a clearly defined number 6 who is disciplined. So someone that is a number 6, they know their position, and they just run around and do that. And then with defensive reliability. So someone that's just believer, basically. Yeah, he's going to chill, sweep up. Literally. And secondly, an energetic box-to-box midfielder capable of operating as an 8, so like a Walton, etc. You can go up and down Anderson, box-to-box, without the need for significant goal contributions together. They are intended to form the engine room of the team. So that's, for example, Anderson and Belieber. You get them to Kobe Main, who can come on and off. We've got depth where it's serious depth. And then we can be like a Man City, where you don't even care who starts. You know what I'm saying? Like, their fans don't even care who starts. Like, I've spoke to one of their fans. Like, he's like, I don't care. I don't care who starts. Because their team got so much depth. It could be Doku and Semenyo. It could be Semenyo and Oscar Bob's gone now. But for example, Savino, Cherokee's on the wing, Foden, they don't care, bro. And that's how we need our team, where the midfield, we can get anyone in there. Belieber and Mainu, Belieber and Anderson, boom, 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 boom. You just keep switching it up. You've got different options galore. So that's what they're looking at. 2 midfielders is just getting said again. This is some talks about the boy Wharton. The race for Adam Wharton is still very much open. At early stages, he's on Man United's list for the summer, but Chelsea are also interested. I can't see Chelsea going in for him because it's like, bro, you've got Enzo Fernandez, who plays with Caicedo, and then more time you play now Caicedo and Reece James. So it's like, where do you get to play? I don't even understand it. Unless he's like a Chelsea fan or something, I can't see it even happening there. I've been seeing some links about him with Liverpool, but I haven't seen no solidified links with him in Liverpool. Like, it hasn't come from anyone certain that said anything about Liverpool and him. So I don't know, man, but Wharton, he's another one that he wants Champions League football. It's been said already. He's already playing in Conference League. He wants Champions League football. He thinks he deserves it. He thinks he's ready. So, boy, he's on our list. He's going to be around 65 to 70 million. Crystal Palace are trying to get him to sign a new deal. If he signs that new deal, they can push the price up 10 million to 75 million. But it's up to him. He might wait to the end of the season and then not sign it, and then we get him for the low, or Liverpool, etc. Who knows? But it's going to be a big race, man. And Tottenham's trying to be involved with a DM as well. But come on, bro. Tottenham, the only way they get someone is if no one comes in for you and they get Champions League. That's the only way I can see Tottenham being involved in this. Apart from that, Liverpool, maybe Chelsea. Chelsea's got Lavia as well. Lavia, Caicedo. Reece James plays in the middle. Santos, that's who the manager likes now because he was with him in Strasbourg. Enzo Fernandez, bro, they're stacked. I just can't see him going there, but you just never know. He might support them. He might not mind. They might get Champions League. We might not. Who knows? We'll see. But that's Adam Wharton for you. You know he's on the list. He's part of the main three. And then we got the boy Belieber. Belieber's form so far this season has not put anyone off. If anything, we feel like we can go and get a better deal. We're confident now. We can go and get it dropped to about maybe a 60, 70 million. Even that, 70 million, I think is a bit too much. 65 maybe tops, but it is what it is. There's a belief within the club that should he move, he would more closely resemble last season's version of himself rather than his performance so far. So they've seen the potential in him already, that this guy, where he can go. They've seen the limit. Obviously, this time round, we've heard he wanted to go to Man United. He agreed personal terms with us, etc. And then now he's been unsettled the whole season. So this is something that we're taking upon ourselves and saying, we don't care. We're going to go for him still. We still want Belieber. He's still one of our top targets. We're not hearing none of that. Yeah? So big up the boy Belieber. He's stern. And he wanted to join us when we finished 15th. He don't care about none of this Champions League stuff. We finished 15th. He agreed terms. I want to get over there. He was at Lille with Lenny Euro. They're dogs. So that's someone he's in contact with. Cameroon, Onana, Mbumo. He's plugged in. He's seeing what's going on. And he's seen some of his performances. He don't want to be there. Let's be real. But he's come back from AFCON. He's looked kind of sharp. I saw him come on. They played Bournemouth the other day. He looked all right. So it is where it is, man. Obviously, they believe in him. If they can get a good deal and then he gets back to his best, why not? Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to be playing with better players. Old Trafford. It's different. So we'll see, man. But that's Belieber. He's still on the list. And we're still with it with Belieber. It's not going nowhere. So we'll see. This is the boy, Yan Diamande. Yan Diamande. You lot know already. We're plugged in with him differently. But he's a Liverpool fan. So that's where it gets a bit techie. But this is some more talks about him. And it says, listen, I think Man United still want to sign a left winger, even though we're starting to use Dorgu in that role. Yan Diamande, Man United are going to be one of the clubs in the race, including Tottenham. I think the player is more likely to leave than stay in 2026, which is this year. So obviously not January, because they asked you for 100 million. Bro, I didn't even know this guy exists 3 months ago. I didn't even know he was alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard of him, nothing. Now he's 100 million. It's crazy. But obviously, there was a report that came out from Sky Sports Lille that he's linked with Liverpool now. And that's a bit mad because Liverpool, he supports Liverpool. It's his father's dream to go play for Liverpool. So it's a bit techie if Liverpool get involved. But Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, every single person that spoke about him, other than that Sky Sports Lille, has said Man United and Tottenham. Fabrizio even added PSG, said PSG might be involved in the summer. you know what I'm saying? And that might be something to do with Barcola. If Barcola leaves because he's unhappy, you don't really get to start. So, boy, 2026 is probably going to be summertime because we wanted Semenyo in the summer. But obviously, because it got heated in January, we had to step. So he's a left winger we're looking at. He's one of our top targets, if anything. But he's a Liverpool fan, and his dad's dream is to see him playing at Anfield. So if Liverpool get involved, forget about it. But if it's just us and Tottenham, ban for ban, he's coming here. You got the link with Amad Diallo. We're Man United. He's got a picture in the Man United top when he was about like 7 years old. Forget about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though that sounds mad. He's got a picture in the Man United top, but he's a Liverpool fan. And he loves, his father's dream is to play at Anfield. But we'll see. This is Yan Diamande, and we'll see. Obviously, he's not saying nothing about Liverpool. He's not saying nothing about we're backed off. He's more saying he's going to leave this year, but he just don't know when. It could be this month. It could be summer. I reckon it'll be summer because we didn't want to go out there and spend on Semenyo. We didn't want to do it then. Ornstein said it like we didn't want to do it then, but we had to step out because he's one of our long-term targets. So it is where it is, man. So that's the boy thing. This is some talks about the boy Harry Maguire. Maguire is waiting for a formal contract extension offer after talks last year, but United intentionally delayed because they are assessing that position. Maguire is ready to sign, be flexible in terms, and would like his future sorted out as soon as possible. It remains possibly that extension is tabled. I want us to keep Maguire. I'll be real. Obviously, there's talks that if we don't go for Maguire, if Maguire does go, we'll probably go get Murillo from Forest, which is probably the better player at this time. He's got speed, he's got pace, aerial threat like Maguire as well. But maybe it's like what I'm looking at it as is we're trying to fix up the team in calm time. Like we're not trying to go too mad. So it's last season, not even last season, summertime. We changed the attack. Sesko, Cunha, and Bumo, and then we added on Lamens. That was it. Changed the attack. That's the main thing. And the goalkeeper situation became so mad, untenable. We had to do it. Now there's all these talks about the midfield now. So it's like, let's change the midfield. Bam. Remember this? Remember what they said, you know? They want to win the league by 2028. So it's 2026 to 27. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the next season. So they're still giving themselves another year after that. Then it's 27 to 28. So this summer, you could look at it as midfield. Adam Wharton, for example. Belieber. Get them two. And then if Ugarte goes, replace him. If you can get another player, left winger, to help their attack, why not get that? And then I think they'll give Maguire a 1 year extendo. And then the season, remember, summertime, we do all of that. We play the season and it goes into 2027. Then that summertime, so next summer, not this one coming, next one, we can say, all right, let's pattern up the whole defense now and etc. That's what I reckon they do. But if you, for example, say we go get two midfielders, Adam Wharton, Belieber, that's costing us 180 or 150, 160 million. Then you got to go and get a left winger. Let's say you go get Diamande, 70 million. Bro, you've already spent 200-something million on just 3 positions. So to have to go and get a centre-back now, and Murillo's been the top target, Nottingham Forest, that guy's a bump. Have you not seen the guy's owner, that owner for Nottingham Forest? He will turn around and ask 80 million or something for us. Them man, they turn to here we go to a here we know. Morgan Gibbs White, he's on a different team. So I can't see us going out there spending 300 million in one window, unless we're selling good, of course. Obviously, there's talks about Ugarte might be leaving, Xerxes. We know the Casemiro's gone. Malasha's leaving on a free. Sancho, all of that money is going to be gone. Rashford, we might get a little 24, whatever it is. 24, they're trying to lower it now. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, Kelowna, 24 million is what we asked for, but they're saying, nah, we want to lower it because of these wages. Hoyland's money's come true. That's 50 million euros. Bro, there's money coming in and money coming out, but I just can't see them trying to do it all in one window. That's why I say maybe they just do the midfield, this one coming. They give him a 1 year extendo and the leadership as well. Remember, Casemiro leaves. You can't just get rid of all your senior players in one window. Bruno might leave. We still don't know about Bruno. He's got a release clause, 57 million. Bayern Munich apparently won him. No one knows, bro. Say Bruno and Casemiro both leave, and all we got is bare young kids now. We need someone still with some leadership, with the mentality to say, yo, you know what I'm saying? So pick up the boy Maguire, man. We'll see. He's probably going to get a new contract. I reckon he does get a new contract for at least a year. I'll say 1 more year, and then you let him go. Then you can go out there. But I reckon this summer's coming up is midfield now. We've done the attack last season, last summer. Now it's midfield, and then we can probably go for the centre-backs if we want to go there, and the left-backs and the right-backs, etc. We ain't really heard. I've got something about a left back though. I've got something. I remember Dorgu's becoming more of a winger. Luke Shaw's by himself in that left back position. Obviously, Dorgu can play there, Dallo. But even Dallo, there's coming like a bidding war going on for him now. I'm going to show you like that in a minute. It's like a bidding war for Dallo. Even he can't believe it himself. It's crazy. So cool. Let's get into the rest anyway. I'm going to get these comments after this one. I'm getting all the comments. So make sure these comments are coming. Smash the likes, my peoples. Look at that. This is what Ben Jacobs just said about the Zerbi and Tuchel. This is before the Zerbi sack talks, you know. So just listen to it and then we'll get into that. Tuchel and Zerbi, for me, are head coaches and not managers. So they could fit within this Man United model. The challenge is not so much the long-term planning and how they fit in. They like the wider teams using data and sports science, picking targets for the future. But the problems more arise when the manager wants to change the course due to injuries or lack of form. Firefighting, which requires short-term fixes. So basically what he's trying to say is when you get a lot of injuries at the same time or whatever, they want a player in or something. And then like, bro, what are you talking about? Let's just stern it out. But then the pressure's mounting, especially like teams like Man United. You go 6-7 games losing in a row, it's mad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you see that Liverpool, Arnie Slot and Pep, like it goes mad. The media, it goes somewhere else, especially for us. You lot know already. I think United will want someone quite fiery, passionate, confrontational, but as these big models don't work sometimes, as you can see. And someone like Tuchel and Zerbi, they're both known to be fallout. Tuchel fell out with PSG, fell out with Dortmund. He falls out of a lot of man, went Chelsea. Got rid of him, like, different. The Zerbi, I've never seen him fall out with a club, but I think there was something booky going on with Brighton. That's where they ended up just letting him go. Do you know what I'm saying? He's that type sort of person. So, it's where it is. But when things are going right and when going wrong, you will see people's true colours. And that's where Amrin and Wilcox fell out. Remember, Wilcox apparently asked him about the system. Can you switch it back to a 4? He just spazzed out, went bananas. Gary Neville's getting in your head. Blah, blah, blah. He was onto him. He spazzed out in that room there. So, yeah, who knows? So, yeah, he just goes on to say, I don't think United will be put off by hiring a big personality as long as they feel they'll be okay with their head coach and not manager title. So, if Tuchel comes in and says, yo, you're the head coach, we're buying all the players, look at the players we're going for, look at the team we got, especially if we get into Champions League, Tuchel might come in. After the World Cup, he might say, yeah, you know what, I'm going there. Especially, and someone like Tuchel coming in, playing with Elliot Anderson, giving Elliot Anderson his debut for England. Say Tuchel gets talked. Say we get a here we go before the World Cup even starts or something more. Yeah, he's going to be the manager for Man United after England, whatever. Bruv, Anderson, that could be our first signing because he could just chat to him. You're already in his vicinity. Yo, I'm going to Man United. I want to come and get you. I know you might end up going City, but it's up to you. Remember, you're already going to have the link. You've given my man his debut. That might be our through ball to get Anderson straight away. The Zerbi, obviously, he's been kicked out of the Champions League with Marseille. He got bopped the other day against Liverpool, 3-0. I just can't see it happening, bro. I know like there's different teams, there's different money involved. Marseille ain't spending the same money as Man United would spend or Liverpool, etc. But, bro, they're going to look at these things, bro. And this is what they looked at with, what's that guy's name? Glasner. Glasner got bopped out of the FA Cup by Macclesfield, and he went on like a 12-game winless run. So they looked at that and they said, yeah, Glasner's not in it no more. Have they even won since? Has Crystal Palace even won since they went on that run there? No. They haven't even won a game. Look at that. Look at that. They still haven't won a game, bro. Crazy. That's a crazy run. And he wants to leave. He came out in the interview and said what he wanted to do. And that's the Zerbi's type. You can tell the Zerbi's on all of that. He will get himself sacked. He will come out and say something mad. So I don't think we're even going to go nowhere near the Zerbi. I'll be real. So we'll see. But obviously, like I said, I'm going to show you the stuff about the Zerbi in a minute. He might be getting sacked. It looks like he's more or less gone anyway. So we'll see. But let me get a few of these. I'm going to get a few of these chats and then we'll get into it. Don't watch nothing. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. You know we're always there. Metric community. All right, big up yourself, Man United. T8. Champions League was crazy last night, bro. Yeah, I saw it. It was going up and down, bro. Real Madrid, you don't see the goalkeeper. Madness. Benfica. This also could lead to Zerbi being out of a job, most likely out of contention. Yeah, I don't think they take him in after this. I'll be real. We should get the Zerbi. You reckon we should get him, Joe? He's better than Carrick. Boy, some people will argue with you right now about that one there still. You will have a lot of grief about that one there because Carrick's kind of, these little 2 games, how he's come mad with it. I don't know about that. You got sacked in January. What do you mean? You got sacked in January? You Zerbi. What are you talking about? What are you on about? Oh, you're talking about in general, like he's got sacked in January, like in the middle of the season. Or you telling me like he's already been sacked from before. Fulham sit third on that list. There's no laughing at. That's what I'm saying. They've been active, and their main guy has been what's his name? Harry Wilson, bro. He's a threat. And they've just bought Oscar Bob. He might play as well. So look at that. Fulham have lost one game. I don't even know who the game is, who they lost against. One game. So it's not just an easy game, but they've been playing this little mid-block, low-block thing. And they was in a relegation zone at one stage as well, and they just went mental. Don't go near the Zerbo. Here's a Rabaruza. No to the Zerbi. No one onto him now. The most wicked statement Amrin said that we didn't need Europe, that he needed more training. Yeah, it's true. Hit the like, people. AP, big up yourself. My guy, we need to win our next games. I need Cunha to get goals this season. 35, 40 million max. That's being nice. What, for NJ? I don't think we get NJ for 40 million. 75 million is what they're saying for him, but 75 million is just them basically telling us that, yo, if you want to come and get him, you got to bump yourself. You got to overpay. That's what they're saying. And that just goes, and it goes without saying. That's what January is. January is a bump in time. Because remember, you come in here to get my player. You're giving me a headache to have to go and replace him now. That's what January is. That's why we don't want to let go of Ugarte and Xerxes. Because if we let go of Ugarte or Xerxes, we've got to do the running around, try and get someone that's better than Xerxes on the same level to go and sit on the bench for us. Doesn't make any sense. But the players want to leave because of the World Cup. You see what I'm saying? Yes, Metch. Big up yourself, Chris, man. Hope you're good. What's happening about Anderson to Man United? Nothing about Anderson yet. He's going to wait till after the World Cup. Because Thomas Tuchel apparently told him, as long as you're playing, you're going to get on that bus. That plane to the World Cup. As long as you're playing, though. Because remember, there's a lot of people that's not playing. So his excuse not to get them in the team is you're not playing. Do you know what I'm saying? Grealish started playing. Rashford started playing. He brought them in. He tries to do things a bit fair. This is what Ben Jacobs said. So Mason Mount, you're not playing like that? Sorry, bro. You can't come. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what he's on. So he's told Anderson, as long as you're playing, even if Nottingham Forest get relegated, as long as you're playing every week, I will get you on that plane to the World Cup. That's why Anderson not going to leave right now. Because he's saying, if he comes to Man United and we got Casemiro's last season, we might be giving him 60 minutes and then he's coming off for Casemiro or vice versa. You start with Casemiro and then he comes on 30 minutes and then he loses his spot. He's going to look at it and say, man, so his thing is I'm going to wait to the World Cup, look at who's going to get what manager. Because remember, Pep's meant to be leaving City. We don't have a manager. We don't know who our manager's going to be. It's going to be a hit and miss. Why do we never sign in January? We did. We signed this geezer in January. Last January, we signed this geezer right in front of you, Dogu. That's the only person that I remember was signing in January. And then before that, it was Eric Ten Hag and them, and they're signing who in January? Who did they sign? Who did they sign in January again? They didn't even sign, but we got Weghorst loan, Amrabat. Remember all of them sort of loans. Igalu, Weghorst. That's the sort of deals we used to do in January. When it was Glazers out. And then Eric Ten Hag, and we're getting linked to Rabiot and Arnautovic, and it's crazy. Clubs are hard to negotiate with in January. Yeah, exactly. Because they don't want to run around. It makes sense though. Summertime, everyone's more relaxed. There's bare time. Everyone's willing to sell. People want to leave. People want fresh starts. Bro, how are you going to go in January anyway? And you got to look at where you are. Like, look at Tottenham right now. If Tottenham are in 12th or something, and they go to sign someone, even though they're in Champions League, someone might look at it and go, why am I going there to be in a relegation battle? They're struggling. You see what I'm trying to say? So January's hard. Even Wolves, West Ham. West Ham just sold Paqueta for 42 million euros, and then they put out a statement to say, we're trying to sign someone, but it's going to be hard to sign a top player to come in a relegation battle. So we got to sign someone that's going to know that they could potentially get relegated, and they're cool with that. Maybe you just give them a little bit more money. That's it. But that is crazy, bro. It is a bit hard for them not to. I'll be real. Tight owners, don't do that match. We got Palace March. What do you mean? Do what? Don't do that match. We got Palace March. Palace. Oh, you're talking about the thing. Looking at the thing. Bro, that's nothing to do with us, man. That's nothing to do with us. Look at them. And look, we're playing them while they got a big game in the Conference League. They got a big game because they didn't even make it, innit? They didn't even make the playoffs, the automatic. So they've got to do that playoff game. You know the playoff game thing that you do. So they've got to do that. So they're going to play. Last time we played them, they played on a Thursday at Strasbourg, and then we played them. Now it's same thing. Look, they play on a Thursday and then we play Sunday, which is crazy. But yeah, they've been on a mad run. They've been media. And my man tried to get himself sacked, and the owner didn't buy it. He said, no. I'm not sacking him. You've got to ride this one out. I'm not paying you nothing. I want Unai Emery or Nagelsmann, or maybe I want Unai Emery to win the league. I want him to win the league, bro. I want Aston Villa to win the league so bad. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They're getting some signings in, so big up them. But I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I hope we sign someone like Luis Enrique. If not him, I want Truben. Benfica. Yeah, that's who scored the header, innit? Mapuka. Cole Palmer to Man United. Truben won't be that to be a backup keeper, yeah. If Carrick can get me into Champions League, I'm sticking with him. Not even Ancelotti, not even every manager. Change the culture, environment, what Carrick did. I'm with you. Get me Diaz from Bayern Munich. We can't get him. He's just gone over there. He's winning league titles now. That's what he's going for. You got to remember, when they go to these type of leagues, at least saying that, they're happy. They're playing every game. They're winning league titles. It's just nice, bro. Even when they come here and they get smacked, it's calm. They don't even worry about them. The media don't go that mad on them. Smash the lights. Big up yourself, man. Man United. TAF. How is Frank still surviving Spurs? Bro, listen, the Basses. Stop talking about Frank like that. You got to whisper it, okay? Because, bro, look at what's going on here. We can't have him sacked before that 7th of February. Before the 7th of February, we can't have Frank sacked. So just whisper that. Don't spread it. Like, how is he surviving? And then someone hears it, and then before you know it, they let him go. They get a new manager bounce. Whisper it, please. We need him to get to that game. Look at that run, though, by the way. Look at that. City, us, Newcastle, at Arsenal, and then Fulham away. And they always lose at Fulham away as well. That's a crazy run. But yeah, let's not talk too much about Frank until, obviously, we play them. You know what I mean? So we'll see. So yeah, my peoples, man, that's what's going on, man. Let me show you some more news. Of course, there's all this stuff about, what's this Ben Jacobs? Oh yeah, he spoke about some centre-backs as well. I'm going to show you all of that in a second. Don't watch nothing. So, cool. So this is the talks about the Zerbi. Let's just go straight to the Zerbi thing. This geezer is tier 1 when it comes to France. Fabrice Hawkins, tier 1. Yeah? When it comes to French news, he's number 1. Literally. And he said the Zerbi is more or less, look at this, look. The Zerbi is in serious danger after Marseille's elimination in the Champions League. Discussions underway between all parties to finalize a decision. He's gone. Forget about it. 4:04, just before I came on today. Myth. And you know what's crazy as well, yeah? He would have still been in the Champions League if Benfica never scored that goal, that goalkeeper. That's crazy, isn't it? Benfica's goalkeeper scored the header and knocked them out of the Champions League. If he never scored that header, they would have still been in the Champions League, which is mental when you think about it. Let me show you. Look, the table. Look, it's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Benfica knocked them out because of that header. Look at that. -2. There was a -3, and it was in front of them. -2 goal difference. Knocked them out. That's mental. But yeah, the Zerbi is looking dark, man. It's not looking good for him, man. He looks like he's more or less sacked. You know what I'm saying? You got popped by Liverpool 3-0, and then now you've just lost to, who is it? Club Brugge as well. That's a team that they should have been beating 3-0, Club Brugge, and then you're out of the Champions League. And then when you look at the actual league as well, let me show you the actual league. That's how you know that they don't even rate that league. Look at that. Look at the man's form. Imagine this was Amorim. He will still be here. We'll be loving him. How we've been in the mud so much. Imagine this was Amorim. Look how much wins that is. And you just lose a off game. It's a one-off. Off game, one-off. You know what I'm saying? You win that. You win a 9-0. You win again. That's how they don't even rate the league themselves, the board. Because they're saying you should be winning all these games. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. They're winning the league game, but you're getting popped in the Champions League. Club Brugge and Liverpool 3-0. They said, yeah, get out of it. Because they know that league is so easy, there's no point. So they're trying to get rid of him. It's not even making sense. And he's third. Look at that. Third. See what I'm trying to say? So they know that league is meaty. But look how much points they are. They're only what? Is that 7 points? 8 points? 7 points away from PSG. Like, come on, bro. They still can bring it back. But it just shows that's how much they don't even rate the league themselves, the board. That it's like, it is what it is. We'll just get someone else he's not doing well. But imagine that was Amrin for us. It just shows how mad our league is. We'll be like, we're calm. He's losing 1 game every 2 weeks. That's cool. Like, we're playing 3-4 games in that time. You know what I'm saying? But he is in serious danger. And obviously, he was our number one of our targets, one of our big targets. As you can see, I'll show you that right now. As you can see, look at that. That's David Ornstein. Thomas Tuchel and Robert De Zerbi are serious contenders for the role if Man United wait until the summer to appoint a manager. 5th of January. Yeah, he's one of our main contenders. You know, when I put something in the thumbnail, when I put it in the title, it's legit. One of our main contenders, bro. And he is more or less sacked now. So it's crazy. Could you not see some? If Ineos, let me tell you something. I know some people don't like Ineos and they fully like, yo, they're just like incompetent, like overly. But just imagine if they done this. If they sacked Carrick, said, no, we're cool now, and then bought the Zerbi in now, I think everyone will go mad. Imagine if that happened there. They just got, yeah, Carrick, thank you for the 2 games, bro. We've got our guy available, and they just went and pointed the Zerbi right now. What would you lot say? I would go like, man would look at them now and say, yeah, they're fully lost. They are fully crazy. Like, if Ineos done that, they just got rid of Carrick and say, yeah, we're happy with the 2 games. We've got our guy now. Cheers. We'll pay you off. I think everyone would hate them. And obviously, we're still protesting anyway. Fulham game on Sunday. So it is what it is. But yeah, he was our number one. He was one of our serious contenders. I don't know if he still is. So it looks like it's a run for Thomas Tuchel then. Because these were the main 2. And that's from David Ornstein, bro. He's the number 1 journalist for me. There's all these other ones and that. He's the number 1. He don't talk much. When he just come, bomb, keeps it moving. And this is what he said. Tuchel and De Zerbi. And they're the same 2, remember, that was the candidates when we sacked Ten Hag. Sorry, not even when we sacked Ten Hag. When we won the FA Cup final and then we tried to look for a manager whilst Ten Hag was still in the job. Remember, these are the 2 that we interviewed. Tuchel and De Zerbi, and they both didn't want it at the time. Apparently, De Zerbi wanted too much money. He wanted too much money in his salary, etc. And Tuchel just had 2 daughters or something, and he said it wasn't the best time. So he wanted a little time out. So now, I think Tuchel's going to be our manager, man. I'll be real. But my thing with Tuchel is, I know he's a man, he's flexible. And even with England, he's playing with a back 4. But he got all of his success with the back 3. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When he won with Chelsea, when he won the Champions League, that was back 3. So I just don't know. But it is what it is. Obviously, he's a man that can adapt. He can switch it up. So I reckon it will be Tuchel. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, but Tuchel does fall out of a lot of clubs. But then again, it's like, if you put everything in line, say we're buying all these players, etc., and especially when the manager comes, let's just say we get to June, Tuchel, World Cup, whatever, and then we say, listen, we're going to buy 3 midfielders. This is the attack. Boom, boom, boom. Head coach is all we need. Bam, bam, bam. I reckon he's cool with it. But he could fall out any day. You could just wake up tomorrow, 6 months down the line, 9 months, 18 months, and Tuchel's walked out. Mutual decision. Tuchel's left Man United because he had an argument with anyone. That's the thing about Tuchel. He's just nuts. Everywhere he goes, he falls out with someone. So that's the only thing you've got to have in your head. It's like, bruv, this guy can win us the league, and then the next day he's just gone. Fuck Man United. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's crazy. You just don't know about him. So we'll see anyway. But De Zerbi is more or less sacked. You might as well say he's a myth. You know what I'm saying? That elimination from Champions League, Fabrice has come out. He's tier 1 when it comes to French news. He's saying, yo, all parties, they're trying to finalize a decision. What are you trying to finalize, bro? What? I'm going to give you 6 months or what? Like, he's more or less gone. They're not rating him over there. It is what it is. Look at this now. Ben Jacobs speaks about the centre-back situation. He says, in terms of the defence, Upamecano was one United were keeping an eye on. And there were some talks with the camp of Senesi as an older option and a free agent in the summer. Obviously, but he is prioritising a move abroad at this stage. Because remember, I think we're looking at him as well. Chelsea wanted that Jacquet or Senesi. But Senesi doesn't match our age limit. I think Senesi's like 29 or something. You know, we don't really do 29. We do like 27 max. But obviously a free, especially if you can let someone like Maguire go and then you get someone like Senesi. He's 28. I think they would have done it, but he's trying to go abroad. He's done with the Prem. He's done with all this running around thing. So that's an Eddie there. He's trying to go abroad. We looked at him, and yeah, he's just there, innit? You know what I'm saying? I don't really rate him too much, but I've seen him sometimes. I saw him against Liverpool. He was okay. He played some good line breaking passes, etc. And he'll be a good backup to just have in it. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll be someone have there, etc. And Upper Meccano, he's a man that he was good at first. I remember when he was playing at Leipzig, Upper Meccano and Konate, that partnership was mental. Nagelsmann days, I think it was. Them two. Yeah, remember they came to Old Trafford, we slapped them 5-0. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Rashford scored a hat-trick off the bench. Them sort of times there, he was meant to be the guy. And then he went to Bayern, they started calling him Upper Maguire. They literally made up a name for him, Upper Maguire, when Maguire had the banter days. So he was terrible. Now, he's kind of brought it back, I'm hearing. I'm hearing that he's back to his best, Upper Meccano. So I don't know, but that was just some talks. We're keeping an eye on it, but it don't seem like anything's happening. And like I say to you, we've got Heaven, you got to remember, because we had a back three, a back three gives you an extra centre-back. We don't have a back three no more. So now we've got loads of centre-backs. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got Martinez. He was injured for time. Euro, De Ligt, Maguire, Heaven. Is there someone I'm missing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's 5 that I can think of alone. But obviously, Maguire could go, and then you need another leadership, etc. But I don't know. I don't think we go for this. I've seen the links about Murillo. Murillo seems like he's dead on. That's going to be the guy. And he fits everything of the bill. Pace. Do you know what I'm saying? Athletic. Strength, everything, bro. He's got it all going on, and he's good in the air as well. And that's one thing we can't get rid of, because we're getting rid of Casemiro. You know, when we got a corner, there's only about 2-3 men you look out for that could score a goal in the corner. Casemiro, Harry Maguire, or De Ligt on a usual day. Now Sesko, he scored a little header the other day against Brighton, but that's like his first one. We need to get you back in there, big man. We need you to show us this is what you're about. You know what I'm saying? You're tall as fuck. Let's go. But we ain't got a lot of depth, especially if Casemiro leaves and Harry Maguire leaves as well. Bro, who's helping us in set pieces to defend it and score it? And everyone we're linked with, Belieber, Anderson, these guys are not... Do you know what I'm trying to say? If you went and got a Nana from Aston Villa or something, it makes sense. Like, I hear it. So we got to get at least someone in the defence, because Martinez ain't going to be scoring no set pieces that can bail us out. So you have a Sesko, you have your Murillo, for example. At least you've got 2 men that can do a little something. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. So this is just guys that we looked at. There's nothing in there. So really, there's no point of him even telling us about this, because we eyed it and then, yeah, we don't care about it no more. So unless he wants to go abroad, cheers. So what is really the point of that? So cool. That's that then. Let me go back on United stand so that we can get the full thing. We get the full thing here. So this is where we ended up with Njai. He wasn't about. Belieber. Zerbi. Yeah, so this is where it was. And then let me go back to the news. Where did we end up? Yeah, cool. Andy Mitten. This is the guy I like as well. He works with the Athletic. This is David Ornstein's guy, Laurie Whitwell. And obviously, they got their own little podcast, Talk of the Devils. And he spoke about the Harry Maguire thing. And he said, as we speak today, which is today, you can see the date at the bottom, 3/24, Maguire has had no indication if he's getting a contract at Man United. And you got to remember, Man United are playing they're playing a crazy, risky game right now. Because if they want to give him a contract, bro, they have to give it as soon as possible, because he can literally sign a pre-contract with anyone. I know all of you that have played FIFA, once it's January, you can sign a pre-contract with any club, and then you sign it on June the 1st. So, bro, we're playing a harsh game. Unless we know, you know what, we're cool. Because Harry Maguire's on 190 a week, 190K. So they want him to either drop it or something. But it seems like they're not even chatting to him anymore about it, the contract. So who knows? Maybe they've had a little talks and they're just assessing it and they're saying, should we give it to him in the end or not? I don't know. But my thing is, I don't want us to get rid of all of our senior players in one window. If we get rid of us, I don't mind Maguire leaving if you're going to replace him properly. But my thing is, we can't lose Casemiro, Maguire, and maybe even Bruno. Bruno's got a release clause. Saudi club still want him. He might leave. If we leave, we lose all 3 of our senior players in one window. That is crazy. We nearly done that with our academy players. Garnacho, Rashford, and Manu. All in one little year, whatever. So, come on, bro. We can't do it with our senior players now. Because you can see how our mentality is kind of getting back up there. We're going behind in games. We're still going ham. We're still coming back. Tottenham away. 2-1 down. Bam. We're back in the game. Nottingham Forest. 2-1 down. Bam. We're back in the game. Arsenal. 1-0 down at the Emirates. we're still bopping them around, and then we've took the lead. Like, mentality's getting there, and that's having senior players as well. We can't just sit there and say Euro and heaven, do the job, and then get angry at them every week because they're so young. And this is what's happening with Chelsea. Chelsea, their defense and that, a lot of them are young, etc. Bare mistakes and all of that, and they're just getting angry at them. He's not ready. He's not that. It's crazy. So I don't mind Maguire leaving, but I wouldn't want him to leave at the same time as Casemiro. That's the situation with that. So we'll see. I'll get a few of these comments in a second. Keep them coming. Smash the likes, my peoples, man, as we do. You know, this is the Metric community, man. We're always here. This is some Diego Dallo stuff. Look at this, geezers. I remember I brought you lot news yesterday about Diego Dallo and Atletico Madrid, and there was talks about Real Madrid as well. They liked him for time. But look at this now. I don't know how true this one is, but it says Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are both monitoring Dallo. Madrid see him as a replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold, while Bayern want him for rotation. Dallo was committed to United, but a bidding war could happen in 2026. I don't know. I don't know how true it is, because from time they're saying Trent Alexander-Arnold, why would you replace him unless he's injured? He's injured, right? Trent's got to be injured, because you can't replace someone you just got. That doesn't just... Like, your rumor would be so shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine just buying someone and saying you want to replace them. So unless he's injured and you're wording it a bit wrong, yeah, it says hamstring injury, but it says to early February. So why would you replace him for 1 month? I don't know. I don't know how true that is. But it says replacement. I can't see them replacing Trent. You get it? So, but there was a rumor about this yesterday. Like I said, I brought it to you yesterday. There was a bit of rumor about this anyway, but it was Atletico Madrid. And then other things said about Real Madrid. I'll show you that as well. But I don't know, man. You see the thing with Dallo, I think he needs to go regardless. I think he's going to go in the summer. Obviously, there was Amrin was here. Before, he was kind of good because Amrin, they got the Portuguese Obrigado thing going on. He's calm. He's not going nowhere. But now, that Portuguese link is gone. Especially if Bruno goes as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I think Dallo's in trouble. He's definitely he's in trouble. He's like Amber. You got Ugarte and Zerbi, they're definitely gone. And then you've got like Dallo's like Amber. We could keep him as depth. Dallo's not bad as depth. As depth coming off the bench and helping out in the last 20 minutes, keeping the pace up. But starting, he's too brain dead to keep him as the main starter. We all know that. So I don't think Dallo starts as the main guy. But look at this. This came out yesterday, remember, innit? Atletico Madrid are looking at him. Atletico Madrid are confident of signing him in the summer. So there was already talks about him yesterday. The Red Devils could be set for a summer after sacking Ruben Amorim, blah, blah, blah. So that was out there yesterday. So I don't know, man. Now there's other talks about Dallo. The La Liga club, blah, 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 are looking at him. So, mate, this could be brewing from something that was dead and it's just come out, or there's nothing to it at all. But this is all different journalists saying it. So yesterday we had all of this. And when you look on Google, just type in Dallo, Diego Dallo transfer news on Google. And this is everything that came up. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Real Madrid. And then you wake up today and then there's that. Real Madrid and Bayern. So this is more different talks. So I don't know. You understand? But I reckon he's definitely on the line anyway where he could go. Or we could keep him for depth because he's part of the senior team. They look at him as part of the senior team. So, because he's part of the senior team, he made Benjamin Sesko calm. They might just keep him as depth, where you're just not the main right back, but you can just come on sometimes and help out. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'll get rid of him and just keep Mazraoui there. If it was just up to me, I'll be real. I wouldn't even think that. So, boy, let me get a few of these comments anyway, and then I'll show you the rest of the news. You know, there's loads going on. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. You know, this is the Metric community. What's that there? Smash the likes. Carl from Bayern Munich is a good player. He'll cook him, man. I see him still. I see him play against Arsenal. He scored a good goal against Arsenal. But I ain't seen a lot of him. I'll be real. He's short and he's kind of fast. Big up yourself, Mike, man. I hope you're good, bro. Yes, you are right. Totally backing Frank for Spurs. Make sure, yeah? Whisper that one there. They had the Zerbi stocks in the mud. I don't want him nowhere near the club. Another hipster manager. It's crazy. Carrick knows what it means to play at United for the badge. We as fans and supporters, he's one of us. As long as his style of play continues, you continue to adapt. Why are they firing him? They've been playing well. That's what I'm saying. I just showed you the thing, but they know that that's a farmers league. It's a Mickey Mouse league. So it's about the Champions League and stuff like that. Do you understand? Because no one ever beats PSG in that league. So if you're not beating PSG, you've got to do something elsewhere. So they've just said, yo, bro, just get out of it. Yeah, they can't even be bothered. And remember, the Zerbi's a guy. He's got that arrogance anyway. So he might be having little 1s and 2s with them anyway. Remember, they just backed him. They got Nwaneri. They got the Timbers brother. They got Quinton Timber. So they got Timbers brother over there, Nwaneri. They got another geezer. They backed him, and you're going out there. And it's disappointing as well because it's Club Brugge. Remember, you're part of the top 5 leagues. You shouldn't be losing 3-0 to Club Brugge. That shouldn't be happening. Let's be real. League One is just academy games for PSG. Trust me. I'll be honest. If Enrico, Ancelotti, I don't want them. I don't think it'll be Ancelotti because we're looking at a project. Like we want a manager that's going to be here for at least 4 or 5 years. Ancelotti's like 60 something. Like he's old, isn't it? So I don't think they're going to bring him through. Like to see that through. Do you know what I'm saying? Tuchel plays too defensive for my liking. Tuchel had a rough time with player power at PSG. Yeah. In all honesty, Club Brugge is far better than them if the game is played free. Yeah, I like, you see Club Brugge and Bodo Glimt and that. They got some good managers, you know. They always play they always surprise people. They always shock people. Club Brugge, Bodo Glimt, Copenhagen, sometimes like them sort of teams, bro, they will just shock you. You just never know with them. Trust me. That Bodo Glimt manager, I like him. I think he's good. The manager market looking dark, bro. Super dark. Tuchel performed poorly at Bayern and he was sacked by Chelsea for poor performance as well after the altercation with Conte on the pitch. Ancelotti will be available after the World Cup. I will take Senesi over Upamecano. Upper Maguire. We need Slaughter back from Dortmund, Dream Sanders. Everyone talks about him. I've never really seen him do much, you know. I've never watched him. Because see me, I don't go off comps anymore, bro. Comps lie to you. You can see a comp right now of Dalot. You can see a comp of Onana making some wonderful saves. You can see a comp of Højlund. Any of these guys. So I don't even watch comps no more. I like to watch 90 minutes of a game. And I don't really watch Dortmund. So I keep hearing about this Slotterbeck guy, but I've never really watched him properly. I wouldn't mind Van der Ven. Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan, and I think he's going to Liverpool. I don't think he's coming over here still. Get me Murillo and Bassi. Bassi's okay, but I wouldn't go, nah, man, not for me. I reckon Maguire stage, we can't let all our spirits. Yeah, but not at once anyway. Let them go slowly, one by one, before Liverpool moves in. Do you think Bruno leaves in the summer? I don't think he leaves if we get Champions League. If we get Champions League, I don't think he goes anywhere. And they tell him, yo, we're going to go out there and get Ederson, Belieber. They tell him the plan. We get Champions League. The feel-good factor we're going to be in. Remember, he's got a release clause for next season. His contract's not running out. He's still contracted here to about 2028 or something. So it's still, yeah, just chill. So there's no reason for him to leave unless someone comes and puts a bid, which Saudi will do, and he says he wants to go. So it's up to him. If he's feeling good and he's feeling himself and we finish on a high, we've made Champions League, he's going to play Champions League again with us, we go out there and invest better. Say we get a striker, left winger, you build up a bit. Midfielders, bro, I can't see him going anywhere. I'll be real. Dalot will be a big blessing. He's a brain-dead footballer. You know his thing, man. He's lost. He's lost. Look at this now. So we've had our little chats about Ederson. I always used to bring you this guy. Out of all the midfielders we've been linked with, Conor Gallagher's, João Gomez, every single one of them, Neves, Loftus-Cheek, Ederson is the one guy that I've always said we should go for. £26 million. He's won the Europa League. He boxed Liverpool in that final. What are we doing? Let's go for him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Now he's come back round again. There was talks about Atletico Madrid wanted him. Atletico Madrid came in for him. He was looking at going over there. Now it looks like Man United are interested in Atlanta's Ederson and see him as a potential replacement for Casemiro. United will be willing to pay between 35 million to 40. That's about 28, 27, whatever. The club have made a new inquiries. Fabrizio, everyone came out and said, we've been looking at this guy for ages. The whole Ineos were looking at him. And then we just stepped away for some reason. Now, he's only 25. I don't know what it is, if he's asking for too much money or something. I don't know. But now that Casemiro's leaving, maybe they're trying to do the Brazilian thing. I don't know. But it's looking like we might be in for him again. And this is someone that I rate heavily. He can score goals. He's good with duels. He's physical. It's a good signing. I don't know why no one ain't signed him yet. I don't understand it. There's something that's blocking it. It might be his agent or something. He's asking for a mad agent fees or something. But 26, 28 million now for someone like Ederson. He was rated about 60 million a year ago. But I think he's got a year left in his contract. So he definitely wants to go. His agent keeps coming out and saying, yo, my man's going to be for sale. That goes without saying, man. I'll be real. It goes without saying, bruv. Obviously, it don't have to be now because we've got 15 games left and the depth ain't there. We don't really need it. When you think about it, 15, 16 games and we're not playing in the Champions League. I think Atlanta's out as well, though, isn't it? I swear Atlanta are out of the Champions League as well, though. I swear they got knocked out yesterday as well. Let me check right now. But this is what I'm saying, because that's the mad thing about these things. Now, they're in it. They're there, man. That's the mad thing about these things. It's like you can't really go for a lot of players right now in January because they might look at it like, bruv, I might win the Champions League. I'm in this competition. I'm still in, like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with him in his league? Like, is he still, how are they doing? Could he win the league over there? Like, you got to look at what's going on with him. 35, he ain't winning the league. But yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? So this is the situation that comes mad in January. But £26 million, 28 million, I think he's top choice, man. We should be going for him. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see if anything comes out more from Fabrizio. This is how it started, though. It started with the little sources, the La Stampas, and then Fabrizio came out and spoke about it and said Man United could go for him, 26 million. Then it kind of died down for a bit. Now it seems like we're kind of back in for him. But boy, like I've said in it, we'll see. We've got this stuff about this new left back. We've been linked with him a few times as well. Nathaniel Brown. I watched a little bit of Tottenham's game. Remember, I was doing a lot of flicking. There was like 100 games on at once yesterday. I was flicking through. I went on there. I didn't really see much of him. Like, I didn't pay attention to him, to be honest. But yeah, he's one of the most exciting young fullbacks. I saw something before that said he's going to be 75 million. I don't even know this geezer. This is another Diamande sort of thing. This is what the German clubs are just getting in their head. They have one good season. They hear Premier Leagues about, and then they just put the price crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? 75 million is mental. So I don't know, man. But Man United have stepped up their search for a new left back, and apparently we're preying him. Obviously, it's easy to say now because Dorgu's become basically a left winger. So now you could just link us with every left back in the world if you really wanted to. It literally goes without saying. Man United will not move for Cole Palmer for two key reasons. United bosses know that Palmer is out of the club's price range this summer, and attacking midfield is not on the club's list of priorities when it comes to strengthening this side. Yeah, unless Bruno goes. I've seen that already. Unless Bruno Fernandes chooses to go, we'll have to replace him for like for like. And that is hard to do. This is what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people that don't rate Bruno don't understand. For you to replace an attacking midfielder like Bruno, do you know how hard that is? People are looking at Odegaard. His whole fan base hate him now. Odegaard. They're all dissing him. He came on yesterday. They're saying, yep, fun's over. Odegaard's on the pitch. Like, they're mocking him. So just getting an attacking midfielder saying, yeah, we'll get, that's not going to be enough. Do you know what I'm saying? You need a creative one. So that's why I hope Bruno doesn't leave, man. Trust me. Paul Scholes, he's finally he's finally not trying to be negative now for some reason. Now he's woken up now. Kobe Mainoo and Fernandes, they make your team play football. That's what I'm talking about. Arsenal is missing. So now he's not trying to diss United. He's not trying to get clicks off us no more. He's just saying certain things and he's dissing Arsenal, if anything. This is some talks about Fenerbahce. I put Zerbi on their wanted list for the loan. Personally, it was surprised if he was up for the move. I don't think he's going to go there. Italian teams already won him. Roma, Juventus. He was living in Italy. Italy's his base. That's where he made his name. Juventus and Roma won him. You go there. Why would you go to Turkey? I can't see it happening. Unless you have a word with Onana or something, it wouldn't even make no sense why he would end up going to Turkey. So yeah, we'll see, man. Obviously, that's the what I showed you. Look, the Premier League table since Christmas. We're top. We're playing Fulham on Sunday. Look, Fulham are there as well, man. They've lost one game. We haven't lost the game, but they've lost one game. You know what I'm saying? So, boy, remember that for us, it's going to be, what's the 3 games since Christmas? Leeds. No, what's that? Drew 1-3. Yeah. So Leeds, Newcastle, Leeds, Wolves. I can't remember. Someone else. Fuck knows who else we drew against. But yeah, since Christmas Day, because I know we beat Newcastle on Boxing Day. We beat City and we beat Arsenal and we drew to Wolves. We drew to Leeds. Who else did we draw with, though? Who else? Burnley. Is it Burnley then? It must be Burnley, isn't it? No. Yeah, it's Burnley. Darren Fletcher. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that's what it is. So yeah, my peoples, man, it's going to be a mad one, man. We're going to see. Fulham are up there. Let's not think they're walking apart, but this is what we're saying. These are the teams that we should be beating, but because the Prem is too sick, the Prem is too good, can you find a way? If they sit back, they don't give you all that space that you need, etc. Even though when you look at our goal, especially the Dorgu one, bruv, we played through them. That was not a counter-attacking goal. How can you counter-attack if you got defenders in front of you? So it wasn't a counter-attacking goal. But that's what a lot of the Arsenal fans are saying. They just played counter-attack, bro. We had the ball, played around them. Dorgu, Bruno, safe. Crazy. So it is where it is. But Fulham, we're going to have to find a way and make it work. Remember, we played Burnley. We had about 30 shots. We couldn't score. Martinez scored it, ruled it out, and then they came out and said they made a mistake. But still, it is where it is. So that's more or less the news, my peoples, man. Let me see if anything else has come out whilst we've been on stream. Look at this. Sekou Kone is set to leave Man United to join Luzon on loan until the end of the season. He has been training for several days with his new teammates awaiting complication. Yeah, so basically that's more or less going to get done. But like I said, this was always going to happen. Luzon is my man. That's like Chelsea and Strasbourg, bro. That's our little feeder club. Luzon, Nice. Even though we ain't been using it the same way like Chelsea uses it. But yeah, so Luzon, Sekou Kone. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're trying to get my man up to scratch. They feel like he's good. We saw him against what was that team that he played against? Our post-season game, and he came on and he played well. Was it Hong Kong or something? So he's a good player, but obviously maybe he's not strong enough. Maybe he's not physical. So now when you go to somewhere like Luzon, Switzerland, you're not playing with under 21s. You're playing with big men now. So it might just get him, do you know what I'm saying? Get him a bit more stronger. He gets more used to the league where he has to wear people off, especially him being a defensive midfielder. Get more used to it because all you've been playing with is the under 21s. You don't really know what's going on. So that might be the situation. Send him out on loan, muscle up a little bit, and then you come back. And then before you know it, he's a gem. We've got him, a Roscoe. We might get a Belieber. Bro, we might have gems all over the place that can play DM for the next decade. So Sekou Kone will be going out on loan to Luzon. They're finally using their feeder club. We're finally using it now. So we'll see, man. We'll see. What's this about De Ligt? It's impressive to see Man United's defence looking solid again with Lisandro Martinez. Oh, this is just his opinion. Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire back in the standings. However, it's easy to forget De Ligt was our best defender. He was our best defender. De Ligt was diligent. So yeah, man, that's more or less it. There's nothing else that's more or less come out. What's about Bruno? I will start Bruno Fernandes, bench Foden, and sell Palmer. Boom, 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 boom. So yes, my peoples, man, that's it, man. That's it. That's all the news. I'll be here for my 10-minute update around 9 o'clock as we do every day. You don't know this already. 10-minute update. Have your notifications on. Any news that comes out from now till then and any news that you've missed will be in that 10-minute update straight up. Smash the likes. Love my peoples.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't see they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud. I'm more loud.